All right, so I just want to make a quick little vlog, quick little speaking of my experience with how women aren't honest with how they look at men's attractiveness. As far back as I can remember, women have always struggled and had a hard time to show their attraction for a man. It's like either, how do I put this? They will, if you're a very attractive man, then they will go gaga over you and they'll lose all their inhibitions. They'll lose all their social, what's the term? Social bars. They'll lose all the social prisons that they're in. And they'll just forget about everything and they'll just go willy-nilly and they'll just chase after the guy if he's that good looking. But there really is no in between. It's like the guy has to be amazing looking or they won't talk to you at all. That's my experience with it. Women will not approach a man that they're attracted to. They will not initiate conversation with a man that they're attracted to. They will not even let the guy know or give him any indication that they're attracted to him besides very, very subtle hints, very, very subtle cues. They'll flip their hair a certain way. They'll preen themselves a little way. It's called signaling theory. And somebody shared that with me a while ago. And it was something that I had learned that I didn't really understand or know, but it's something that I've pieced together after spending some time, being social and going out and talking to women and things like that. I didn't even know that I was attractive. That's how bad it is. I was always able to get girls' numbers. I was always able to talk to girls. I was always able to seem to eventually attract girls. But it was because I was good looking, but it was also because I thought that I needed to initiate things. And it's not that I didn't need to initiate things. It's not that guys don't need to initiate things. It's that we often don't even know that we're attractive men. We often don't even know that we're attractive to the opposite sex because they don't tell us. They don't let us know. Like I said, if you don't look like Brad Pitt or Johnny Depp or whatever amazingly attractive guy, they're not going to give you the time of day. They're not going to show you that they're attracted to you at all. There's a very good reason for that, which is that it doesn't benefit them. See, when you understand the female mind state, when you understand the way that they hold the ultimate power over the sexual market, you understand that to some degree there is a standard. There's a standard that women have, and it's true when guys say that they'll only sleep with the top 10% of guys. I might even say the top 5% of guys. Because it's not normal that a guy gets laid a lot. I think I read somewhere that the average man has sex with 5 different women in his lifetime, which is maybe even a lot for some guys. Some guys only have 3 sexual partners in their entire life. A lot of guys, if you're not cool or good looking or something. And so we spend all this time where we try to develop these things. Some guys seek after the money. They go with the resource route, attract the women with the money. Some guys go after the popularity, social status, attract the women with the social status. Some guys hit the gym, eat right, whatever, make themselves more physically attractive, so they go with the physical attractiveness. And some guys do a combination of all 3 of those. And some guys get super lucky and they get famous, which is like a cheat code, which is like unlimited lives or like unlimited ammo or whatever. You just get, it's like having the key to the city if you're famous. But a lot of us are actually attractive. A lot of us are actually attractive men. And we just don't know it. I didn't know it. I thought forever that I was ugly. Forever, because it was like girls would look at me and they'd be like, and they'd always have this like smirk, like, ha ha, I know you're attracted to me, but I'm not going to show that I'm attracted to you. Because they didn't have to, because even though they might have been attracted to me, there was always somebody a lot better than me. And it's not to put myself down. It's just that that's how high the bar was. As I got older and I hit the gym more and I started getting into the dating game and I was able to actually sleep with very attractive women, I was like, wait a minute. It's not me. It's them. It's the way that they hold the power over the attractiveness factor. And I think this is where a lot of guys get caught up. And I think this is where a lot of guys start to subconsciously worship women, particularly beta men and mangina, soy boy type men. They want that validation so bad that they actually end up worshiping women. They actually end up groveling to women and sort of subjecting themselves to women. And that's not an attractive thing for a male to do. Women are the ones who are supposed to be responding to the male strength, to the male dominance, right? And that dominance factor is variable depending on what type of woman she is, depending on how much she likes to be dominated. Some women like to be absolutely encapsulated with the strength and dominance of a man to the point where they're even, subjective to the man. They're even subjected to him. They're even like his servant, and that's a female fantasy, which is total mind fuck and mind blower, because the opposite is what feminists say. The opposite is what many women say. We don't like misogyny. We don't like men holding that power over us. Woo woo. But yet there's a lot of women who really get turned on by that. There's a lot of women who really seek after that male type of dominance, right? So with that said, it's good to and interesting to understand that the way a man carries himself, the way that he talks to a woman, the way that he presents himself, his confidence, his inner strength, his inner game, his inner character and qualities, right? That is the deciding factor to whether or not she's going to go home with you, or she's going to be your girlfriend, or she's going to sleep with you, or have a relationship, or marry you, whatever. Those are the deciding factors, which is, in a sense, it's good news, because it means that guys don't have to solely rely on their looks, whereas women can. Women can fall back on their looks and get a lot of free shit, get a lot of perks, and a lot of a lot of social benefits and all kinds of benefits, financial, sexual, social, relationship, all kinds of benefits, just because they're good looking. And men, we need to work on that. It's dumb that we only put looks as a standard. We need to have some more standards besides that. Like, what is her personality like? Is she a kind person? Is she a good person? Is she an honest person? Is she not so promiscuous? Is she decent? Does she have morals? Those are things that are important for guys to have standards. Guys should have standards in a woman, as well as boundaries. You can't let that woman walk all over you. You can't let her run you can't let her run your life. You can't let her dictate, things that you can and can't do, and you can't let her dictate the pace or the type of relationship you guys have. Right? This is why a lot of relationships don't work out, because women don't understand that you can't just act any old way with men. You can't just act however the hell you want and get the results that you want. This is why a lot of guys cheat on you. This is why a lot of guys don't respect you. This is why a lot of guys go out on you. This is why a lot of guys break up with you. Because if you don't have any character yourself as a female, if you don't have any anchor, so to speak, as far as personality or morals or value or values, if you don't have any of that stuff, then if he's a quality man, he shouldn't really want to be with you. I've dated plenty of women who I just thought, this woman really has no value. She's just happy-go-lucky because she's coasting through life on her laurels. And what is a woman's laurels? Her looks, her sexuality, and that's about it. And they can get pretty far in some ways. But when it comes to real deal quality life, when it comes to real deal quality relationships, they don't get so lucky. Because when it comes to a quality man, if he is genuinely a quality man, he should have a quality character, and he should have quality values and quality morals. He should have things such as honesty. He should have things such as, integrity and respecting others and intelligence and things like that. Those are things that you can't buy necessarily with sex in exchange of sexuality. You can get a rich man, sure. You can get a cool man, a social status guy. You can get a guy with abs. You can get these things. But it doesn't mean he's going to have inner qualities, because usually, hopefully, if guys have inner qualities, they're not just going to go for the women who got big tits or whatever. So if you really understand what's going on out there, it's a whirlwind of a lot of negative shit. And this is why divorce is at 50%. This is why this is why guys are walking away from relationships. This is why guys are so bitter towards women. This is why guys have gone MGTOW. This is why guys are taking the red pill and walking away and saying, no, thank you. Not getting married, not signing that contract, not chasing you. Got better things to do. Not going to date you. Got better things to do. Men in droves are walking away to varying degrees. At least many men have taken the red pill. At least many men are, wising up to women's ways. But let me tell you, she has no incentive to let you know that you're attractive. And it's a cruel thing that they do. And a lot of men call it nature, maybe to some extent. But I would say to a good extent, nature itself is cruel. Merciless. Nature is merciless. That doesn't make it right. Just because an animal strangles by the neck and cuts off the circulation and kills another animal, you could say that's the way of life, or that's the nature of nature. That's the nature of life. That doesn't make it right. Killing is not right. Treating somebody bad is not right. Disrespecting somebody is not right. Talking down to someone is not right. You could say, oh, that's just nature. You should defend yourself. That doesn't make it right. If a woman is, lowering the value of a man by being disrespectful to him, or, not showing him that he's attractive or whatever, all these things that women do,